Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us here at the let me start all over. Thank you all so much. So much excitement going on today that I'm getting tongue-tied, but thank you so much for joining us here at the Southwick Community Center in the Park Duval neighborhood. It's great to be here on a beautiful spring day in Councilwoman Hawkins' district and seeing all of the kids that are enjoying this beautiful day here at the community center and just outside. We're really thrilled to be here. And thanks so much to Southwick Community Center for hosting us for this important and exciting announcements as we continue to invest in our community centers and our parks, really in our families and our kids across the entire city. This is a gathering space where people of all ages come together to play, to learn, to recreate, to gather, to enjoy. Kids come here for after-school programs. They come to play basketball, flag football. They can get help with their homework here at the Southwick Community Center. They can get food from the Kids Cafe. There are dance and cooking lessons. Seniors come here to play to do crochet, to play cards, to enjoy dominoes, and so much more. And one of those things that's so much more is folks come here to enjoy and use and learn from the computer lab that we have at Southwick Community Center. Having computer access and having internet access and computers is so important to everyone, but particularly to young people, to learn how to use technology, to develop skills that are so necessary as people get older and want to have jobs and continue their lifelong learning. Knowing how to use a computer and being fluent in computer skills is important as reading and writing and math. And that's only becoming more true every day. But for too many people in our city, computers and high-speed access to the internet is unaffordable and is out of reach. We have too many families that are struggling to make ends meet, to pay for groceries and electricity and their cost of housing and everything else that goes in to raising a family. And so that's why it's so important that we do everything we can through Metro government to provide services to families and children who are in need and to help them enrich their lives as well. And that's one of the reasons why we take digital inclusion work very seriously. It's why we're adding free Wi-Fi to all of our Louisville parks, including the new Alberta Jones Park, just about 2 miles from here. And last year, we announced $150,000 in Metro government grants to 9 nonprofits across our city that are working to provide more digital access and inclusion across our entire city. We're working with state and local governments to improve internet service providers and get more resources to improve access. Matter of fact, just met yesterday with a new company that's looking to come to town to provide high-speed internet access to parts of the community that don't have high-speed internet access already. And today what we're talking about are these upgraded computers and internet access that we have here at Southwick Community Center and 5 other community centers around our city. This is an important, exciting, and a necessary step in the right direction towards a safer, stronger, and healthier city. Here at Southwick, computers had not been upgraded in about 10 years. Just think about how much technology has changed over the course of the last 10 years. That's one of the reasons why this was so sorely needed for kids and adults can now depend on these computers to have access to fast computers, high-speed access, whether they're using it for learning opportunities, employment opportunities, or just entertainment. They can also develop their tech skills as well. And we're doing more than just upgrading computers and access. We're upgrading the labs themselves, which will now feature digital creative spaces with 3D printer, VR headsets, and more. According to the folks here at Southwick, the kids have been so excited to start using these computers, and we're ready for that as well. The wait is over here at Southwick Community Center. And here's a list of the other community centers that Metro Council and our administration have funded to also get upgrades. California, Park Hill, Portland, Shawnee, and South Louisville. And more are in the works. We will continue to invest in our computer labs so that kids and adults of all ages have opportunities for employment, education, and recreation. Because every person in Louisville deserves access to quality technology, to internet access so that they can do all of these different things. And again, this is one way that we are working to make our city a safer, stronger, and healthier city. We are so excited to support this and have this opening today, and we're excited for the additional computer labs that are being put into community centers across our entire city. We have several other folks that are with us here today who have been critically important to making this happen. In a moment, you'll hear from Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins, who has been a strong advocate for investments in community centers like Southwick right here in her district and across the city to continue to ensure families have access to computers and other things like games that you see here in the playroom, and also recreation and education and learning. You'll also hear from Heather Gate. Heather is the Executive Vice President of Digital Inclusion with Connected Nation and is an important part of making this happen. And finally, you'll hear from Ben Johnson, who's the Assistant Director of Louisville Parks and Recreation and helps work with all the community centers throughout our entire city. So that's who's going to talk about how we made this happen, what's going on, and why we're all so excited about that. So first, let me introduce to you our great partner, this councilwoman representing Southwick Community Center, Park Duval, and the surrounding neighborhoods, Tammy Hawkins. Councilwoman?
Greetings. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to say thank you. You're only as good as the leader that leads us. So I want to say thank you to Mayor Greenberg, first and foremost, for allowing this to happen. When I first got on Metro Council a year ago, I spoke with Mayor Greenberg, and this was one of the first things that was on my list. It's Southwick. Southwick is my only community center in District 1. Having new computers is vital. It's vital to a neighborhood that's been underserved and overlooked for way too long. And having this type of access decreases the crime, believe it or not. I'm so excited to see that Southwick Community Center in District 1 and so many other community centers will have this system. This will allow for our underserved communities to have access and resources in our own backyard. Our community centers are so important for our community and our youth. To have this tool and inclusion to help our communities grow and succeed, our community centers bring a sense of family and belonging and togetherness that have been proven to help reduce the crime rate. With the Parkland Library being under renovation, Southwick Community Center will have a new computer lab for the District 1 community to utilize whenever they need. Thank you for allowing Southwick Community Center to receive this opportunity first and to be a pilot. And I also want to say thank you. Thank you to the leaders that are here in Southwick on the ground. It means so much to me to see these community leaders step up and be a vessel to my office to allow me to know the needs of the community centers, because you don't know if you don't come and look and see. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to Bird. Bird's been here over 30 years. Blood, sweat, and tears. He puts that in this community center. And I would not know as much as I've learned about Southwick without him. So I want to say thank you to Bird. I don't know what I would do without you. Thank you. And again, thank you to Ben Johnson, who's also been a vessel. But more than anything, thank you to Mayor Greenberg. Thank you to Mayor Greenberg and my Metro Council members for also feeling like that this was a need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg and Councilwoman Hawkins. I am very excited about the opportunity to celebrate this commendable action taken by Louisville Metro Council. As you heard from the mayor and Councilwoman Hawkins, in this age of technology, every aspect of our lives is intertwined with this technology. And so this donation is not just about computers. It is about empowerment. It is about allowing community members to have the opportunity to gain access to economic opportunities, jobs, educational opportunities, and even those critical social engagements that are critical for mental health for our families. The gap, what we call the digital divide, as you all know, affects education. It affects quality of life. It affects our ability to deliver services to people if we can't reach them. So by equipping these community centers with computers, the Louisville Metro Council is not only taking action, it is making a bold statement about the importance of connectivity and connection. These computers will serve as a portal to a wealth of knowledge. It will allow children to complete their homework, adults to apply for jobs, and for seniors to stay connected to their families. So, I want to recognize the efforts of this community. I have the opportunity of serving on the FCC's Communications, Equity, and Diversity Council. And so nationally, I'm always paying attention to local governments that are taking critical and important steps. And I might say that I'm really proud to be a partner for the Louisville Metro government. One of the things that I've been doing over the past few years is working closely with Ricky Santiago for the community. And one of the most interesting things about Ricky is getting that phone call about opportunities to help and to serve in this community. So I'm very excited that I continue to be able to come back to Kentucky, where I live, and I'm very passionate about. So thank you, Ricky. Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity to serve. I'm also excited to announce that we are going to be partnering with AT&T to do more work this year across the country, particularly here in Louisville. We will be empowering teens in a project called Teens Teach Tech, which empowers them with financial incentives to become digital navigators in the community. So imagine this, the teens in this community being able to train their parents, because who knows technology better than the kids? So why not give them summer projects where they can provide training, come up with their own entrepreneurship project that is customized to serve the needs of the community. So we give them startup money and we give them financial incentives and a little bit of fun while helping to bridge the digital divide. So again, thank you to the city and thank you for this opportunity to continue to bridge the digital divide. I'm very excited, and more news coming over the next few months of the kids and the work that we'll be doing in the city with digital skills training. So thank you very much, Mayor, for your leadership and your passion and just being a leader in this, in empowering the community and allowing us to come in and be of service to the community. So Connected Nation, by the way, is a 501c3 nonprofit that's committed to bridging the digital divide and will continue to be here available to serve the community. So thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. And again, Ben Johnson, the Assistant Director. And this is one of the more exciting press announcements, press conferences that I've been a part of. I want to again thank the mayor, want to thank the councilwoman, and want to thank Heather. And we already talked about, hey, there could be some programming things we can do later this summer. So, because this is such a great opportunity. When you speak last, people take a lot of your stuff. I definitely want to thank Chris, definitely want to thank Ricky. And as the kids say, say less. Ricky gave me a call and said, hey, man, we got some money. We want to do some digital stuff. We got some computers. I'm like, man, let's just ride. And we spent half a day and we went to those 6 community centers. We talked to the staff, and this is the end result. And I couldn't be more excited. The councilwoman mentioned the staff. Bird, his government name is Albert Brown, but that's the supervisor, been here forever. Man is so dedicated, he's actually on vacation today. And when he heard about the press conference and what it was for, he wanted to come in and make sure everything was straight, as it always is. But also, as things work out, I want to shout out Keyshawn Mason, who's direct leader for this center, works directly under Bird. And actually, we had already been having conversation about esports because that's very popular with young people. something I pretty much know nothing about. That's why you have young people, and then things literally get to come full circle because we can do more than we would have been able to because of their help. I'm told these are high-speed gaming computers. They can do everything that they need to have done. Again, the 3D printer. We actually have a podcasting studio. So this is for real a computer lab. And so we all are excited about that. Be excited to see what happened. And ironically, one of my supervisors at a different center, eyes got this big when the computer showed up. He said, man, one of my kids asked for one of those for Christmas. He said, they didn't get one, but they asked. So guess what? Come on to the community center and use one of the 5 or 6 that we have. So again, I want to thank everybody that's been involved in this project. Thank the entire Metro Council. Again, thank Mayor Greensburg, the administration, and I know my team is excited. The young people will be excited and expect to hear some wonderful things coming out of this center, the other centers, and our new partnership. So thank you all.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Councilwoman Hawkins. I also want to give a special thanks to, again, Chris Site and Ricky Santiago. Thank you for your help from our technology team throughout Metro government that's helping this. And I want to close with one of the reasons why this is so important. It really comes back to, as we talked about, making our city safer, stronger, and healthier. When I first got into the office, in one of the very first conversations I had with Councilwoman Hawkins, she talked about the need for some more cameras and lights to help make Southwick Community Center safer and the neighborhood safer, and give kids more opportunities to come here at different hours of the day and to enjoy the center safely and to be able to get home safely. We made those improvements. This is also about public safety as well. The more kids have opportunities to learn, the more kids to have opportunities to participate in constructive, mind-bending and mind-growing activities, whether it's for entertainment, educational, or both reasons in computer labs like this, the more likely they are to have dreams that are productive, to know what dreams they want to pursue, and have the ability to pursue those hopes and dreams in life, and not pursue a life of crime or a life of challenges that too many kids and too many young adults in our city are facing. We see that day after day in our city with far too many acts of gun violence, far too many homicides. We had far too many homicides just last night. If we can get more kids into computer labs like this, I truly believe that this is part of our long-term public safety solution. We're working to address with urgency and reduce the amount of gun violence, to reduce the amount of homicide with short-term solutions. We also need to keep investing in long-term solutions like this. And so again, thanks to Councilwoman Hawkins, thanks to everyone else who continues to partner with our administration to invest in positive, constructive investments like this for our families and our kids across the entire city. Thank you all very much. And with that, I think we are happy to take any questions if there are any questions.
So, speaking of the kids and wanting them to cultivate their dreams with these kinds of investments, you mentioned homicides last night. 2 out of those 4 victims were children. Can you just react to that?
It is gut-wrenching. It is horrific. It's unacceptable. And we need to continue doing everything that we're doing and more to solve these crimes, to hold the people accountable that are committing these crimes, and to work to prevent tragedies like those from happening again. No one in our city should be losing their life to gun violence. No one in our city should be the victim of a gun violent crime. It's happening far too much. We're doing everything that we can think to do. We need to do more, and we know it. We will do more. We also need the community's help. We need help solving these crimes. We need help ending this cycle of retaliation and violence that is going on in our city right now amongst different gangs and groups. And we need the community's help to solve it, to stop it. If you think you have any little bit of information that can help us end this cycle of violence, that can hold individuals accountable, it's anonymous. Please call 574 LMPD and help share what you might know. Not to hold someone accountable, but to help to prevent future acts of violence You can save a life. Share some information that you know. If you don't want to share it, ask someone else to anonymously share it. Again, 574-LMPD is an anonymous line. No one will know who's calling. We need your help. This will help us truly save lives and prevent more tragedies like we had last night.
Mayor, kind of bouncing off of what you really just said, I had the chance to talk to a few people in a couple of neighborhoods that had saw some of the shootings from last night. A lot of people are scared. They say they aren't able to sleep, or they're getting a lack of thereof because they're afraid of their families. Is there any words of encouragement that you can give just to those who are kind of just terrified to even step out of their houses?
Yeah. I understand the impact that gun violence has, not just on the direct victim who is impacted, but on the loved ones of that victim, of their friends, and of their neighbors as well. And most of the shootings that we're seeing in our city right now are targeted shootings. Still doesn't make them any more acceptable. We need to hold the individuals accountable to end this cycle of violence, to end this cycle of retaliation. We need our friends in the judicial system that once LMPD makes arrests like they have over the past couple of weeks, that the judicial system holds individuals accountable. And when you're convicted of these heinous, violent gun crimes, that your punishment is measured in years and not in months, and those sentences need to hold. At the same time, we need more investments like this computer lab here today so that kids and young adults have more opportunities, have more hopes, have more folks like Bird and the people here at Southwick Community Center that are sharing love with them and helping to give them support to learn, to recreate, to enjoy, and to not be on the streets where things like these unspeakable violence has occurred. Do you want to add anything, Tom?
Did you all want to talk about how parents can get their kids involved with the center or the computer labs?
Yeah, camps are good.
So actually, excuse me. So yeah, actually we are open this summer. We're having extended hours. They're actually having a camp, which is also sponsored by the councilwoman, who is as adamant a supporter of a community center that we have. So that's going to start on June 3rd. We will be open on Saturdays from 2 to 7, and we intentionally flip those hours, thinking that the older youth would be more apt to come at 2 to 7 than 9 to 2 or anything else. We kind of learned that lesson. So those are some of the things. Man, I just love my team. I tell you, when you can't beat having a good team. So I'm going to just do like this so everybody can get a picture. But so what we have our summer camps, a $50 registration fee, one-time fee of $50, and you get 8 weeks. And what we are trying to do, again, is combat what's going on and make everything that we do accessible. Some of our community centers are not running structured camps. They're running open programming because different communities respond to different types of programming. But nonetheless, we will be open for young people. Every center is open on Saturday. Camps are 8 to 5. Open programming is 10 to 5. And then we try to flip what we're doing, particularly for the teens. We're not putting the babies out, never will, never do. But we try to have more of a young adult and teen focus, in those later hours.
Man, I have a quick question as well, just about what is the sign-up sheets going to be looking like? Because with the way that kids are, they're tech savvy. I can only imagine you guys are having lines of kids waiting to get on here. So how are you guys going to be able to kind of divvy up the time?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna have Bird figure that out. No, we'll work on that, and that actually will be a great problem to have. That will be a great problem to have, and then what we'll do, and those kind of things that you can do a 30-minute block or a 45-minute block. Nobody's waiting. Then you keep doing what you do. If you ever went to the center and shot pool, you keep shooting, and somebody will show up. Then somebody has to go. But also, again, the way this team operates, the way the kids respect them, respect the center, we don't expect that to be a problem. That'll just be an opportunity.
Thank you all very much. Have a good afternoon.
Excuse me.
Yeah, change that number.
Yeah, I'm going to. Thank you so much.